Hi everybody, welcome back to another episode of Spill the Tea. I'm Natalia, your lovely host, of course. I realize we switched it up this week. Kwame is normally the one doing the introductions. He's right over there. But I decided me want to take over this week because we'll be discussing the dolly them and why the men make them feel so pressured to look the way they do. So, beauty standards, of course. Yes, Kwame, I was talking about your species.
So you started off with aggression, just right off the bat.
And not aggression, just the facts.
Which facts that? F-A-X?
F-A-C-T-S.
You can spell.
Yeah.
Good job. So I realize that I have to be careful what I say to you because apparently you have your fans out there trolling, and dragging me through the mud and all
because
that.
you call us poor Gen Zs. Don't come for my generation. Don't come for my generation.
Poor Gen Z, I mean, it's similar to a statement that I heard. Somebody looked at me and said, hey, yeah, young boy, you don't know hurricane. You wouldn't even understand what that meant when I said that. You do?
Why me not gonna understand? I'm not done.
I'm just, me never said that, You're bright like bulb.
You're right.
So, alright, so how are you going to tackle the whole idea of beauty standards? And dolly?
First of all, of course, the dolly them. Not everybody is a dolly still, For me, technically or personally, I don't like that term.
But how do you define a dolly? That's the first thing. So let's pretend, as you have done, literally, but let's pretend that you're going to call me grandpa.
You are grandpa.
You're going to tell me. You're
grandpa
going to define
Kwame, by the way, guys.
These current terms.
Grandpa Kwame, by the way.
Who's a dolly?
No, they have negative and positive connotations. The people them who want to turn it negative,
Good
they're
dolly,
like,
bad dolly.
yeah, the people who actually want to turn it into a negative thing, they're like, those are the ones who them pretty, but them not no substance, so them not really use them head, you understand? But the term dolly,
like a pretty dunce.
Yeah. So the term dolly was initially supposed to mean, the girl them where they are beautiful, but them have them things together, them well educated, they're successful, they can yet put themselves together nicely. So it's a back and forth.
Let me try and pick my words
It's
right
a
here.
what?
I was thinking that would have been a regular. There's no such thing as a regular woman, but I think on a good day, what we would call,
you would know these people. Sorry, grandpa. Yikes.
If it come on radio, quite possibly I would have heard.
Radio. Anywho, alright, I'm going to call 3 names. And if you know any of these 3 names, then you deserve a round of applause,
So
okay?
Grace Hamilton, that's one.
No, we never that about Spice.
Okay, cool.
TC, Pretty, Rebel.
Alright, so we know a soul named Rebel. Our bridge we call TC.
Point.
And what the next one?
You are a grandpa.
Pretty.
Those are the 3 women, that came up with the whole dolly thing.
But I heard, I'm almost sure, I was driving one day and a car passed me and I hear something about dolly can do this and dolly can. I was just about to say that. I like her, by the way.
Yeah, what you like about Shensia? Because she's pretty.
No man. No, alright. So I heard her do a freestyle.
Which one?
Nobody sit down and listen to her and the freestyle.
Yeah,
There's one with she by herself.
Freestyle.
There's she and Dexter that's with one. Well, a couple. I saw a number of them by herself. And what I sit down and I like to see her in a clash because it doesn't seem as though she just sing like, up in the under them look at and whatnot. It seems like she can take you up on the road and give a proper schooling, clash, this, that. So I like that.
Oh, you like she, but have you ever heard of Chanel Muir?
Yeah, but that's I can't say I've heard a lot. No, haven't heard. No.
Well, in that term, I feel like Chanel more raw, rugged in,
Really?
I feel like she could have given Shensia a run for her money in that case.
Hopefully they can
that's
clash.
just my personal.
So what I don't want, what I wouldn't want is they go and clash now, and typically or unfortunately, when women are clashing against other women, it's me look hotter, me do this and me do that. But when I heard Shensia do the freestyle, Shensia sound like anybody did it in front of her, man, woman, boy, girl,
she could
dog,
go for any one of them.
She go for anybody, and it's not about how she have curves, because she look good.
Yeah, she
but
does.
it's not about me have curves and me have this. It just sounds like she can literally hold her mic and she just fluid. She
gifted.
It's a good word.
She gifted, man.
But so that's that. So she obviously, if she was a dolly, then it would be the good part, right? Because you have to be smart if you can freestyle, which she does. Alright, not just smart but bright. Some people, you're smart because you can pull on a few words and you do something, but clearly she's also bright, and I like that about her. So we know young, what you call it, young people.
Shensia, because she is
what, ubiquitous.
You really can't not know who Shensia is.
You might be surprised.
In this country?
Yeah, I never know who the brother say. Don't check.
Valiant just come about though.
When?
Valiant.
I thought it was Valiant.
I think Valiant.
I might mix up the one when you pronounce with Valium, but that's another story. So
it's whichever one.
So
I am still yet to hear himself.
Oh, so you need him to say what you name.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I've never heard one of his interviews where them call him name or he called his own name. So I don't know.
Alright.
TikTok is what made me know those things. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the whole beauty standards thing and why men make women feel so pressured to look a certain way. It's not even just men, but mostly social media.
No, let me start by disagreeing with you first. Most women that I talk to or talk with, and they ask, "Oh, you look hot today. Which man make you dress so?" Let me tell you point blank.
Yeah.
Them not dress the way they feel, no man. So it therefore means that we are not the primary influencers of the beauty standards. Alright, you dress to outclass, to outdress her, to go ahead. You compete with another woman so that you look better than her or whatnot. That's the unfortunate part of it, because hear this now. Tomorrow, if you look like a troll, if you got up tomorrow you look like a troll, you look like a downgrade from Shrek, I guarantee you, man still have a look you. That's not even a question.
Alright, the fact that you started with why you dress up or you look so pretty and which man you go look
and we do it for the fun of it
is the problem.
No,
the
it's
fact
not.
that you had to attach the
No,
even if it's a joke.
I needed to reinforce something.
But even if it's a joke, people still do that, a man you go look.
Yeah, but it's hardly ever us though.
It's not even us, but I see something on the internet the other day. They're like, it was a meme, I think.
Internet
they're
blast,
like,
which part
I think it's Instagram. Sorry.
Okay, cool.
It was a meme that said Jamaican people when them go out, them not really put together, them not look nobody,
Yeah.
So it's like
because you don't need to. So because you're not on the market at this point in time, and when I say not on the market, I mean you're just not looking. You don't need to look your best. I think that's literally. But I think over the years men have gotten a bad rep because we have it's oftentimes that we are blamed for the quote unquote beauty standards.
It's not
when
even
we look on even if we're not fully clothed, if we're not semi-clothed, if we're not unclothed, anything.
Okay, you're correct.
You just
but
need
if
to
you
say you're a woman.
No. Let me tell you now. This is where you guys come in. You'll be on the internet, or even not even just the internet, but that's where most of these arguments take place. Right? Social media is a very
toxic place, apparently.
Very toxic
Because
place. So
I'm on the bird app and I see things.
Yes, the men will argue that they have preferences, but the preferences normally lead to a specific type of woman. You understand? The one them with a certain height, but between, they like you a little shorter, on the little shorter side with the nice curves.
You know why though? You know why?
The brown skin with the hair and
me and
pretty
you stand
hair.
up. You and I stand up, and you're looking up at me, and you say you're short. So here's the deal.
Yeah,
Men-
I'm looking up at you and I'm calling you short.
Yeah, because that has happened to me. I
I'm
have
looking
a
up
friend-
at you
wait,
and I'm
I
calling
have
you short.
I have a friend that when so this is how we give trouble for her. So let's say her name is Natalia, and I come, everybody, hey, where's Natalia? And we just look straight, because if you look straight, you won't see her. And oh, sorry, you're there. Hi, how you do? Because she's about 4'3" and a half.
4'3"?
Yeah.
I thought you'd have said 4'11". She's
No,
tiny.
4'3", and she's a small woman. All right.
I've never seen
Nice,
someone
nice.
that
curvy and everything and all of that. You know. But fact is, she looks at me
and says you're short.
and she tells me that I'm short. Mind you, I'm more than a foot taller than her.
Yeah.
But yet still I'm short. Alright. Men are also insecure about their image. And so they naturally we're going to choose the parts of some of us will choose the part of least resistance, right? So you are a 4-footer, I'm a 5-footer, I'm obviously taller than you. I'm most likely going to be bigger than you. I'm going to
No, but even the men that are sick, I've seen.
It's still like want somebody shorter than
I've
him.
seen men.
He wants to
I'm probably
admire
like
me, look up
I'm
at
probably
me,
like
admire me.
5'9",
No man, you're taller than that. You're about 5'10".
somewhere there,
Or
and it's a
or 12.
that'd be 6 feet
Yeah,
juniors.
just
I'm
saying.
not 6 feet. I'm not.
Oh, you sure?
Don't do that.
Okay.
Don't do that. I'm tall.
I
but
saw
I'm
you
not that
grabbing
tall.
walls in the ceiling, you know, and the ceiling's about 12.
Relax, innit?
Right.
Relax. Anywho, he's trying to call me out, and I don't like that. But the fact is, I'll see guys 6'5", 6'6", talking to girls that are probably this big.
So what's wrong with that?
Oh
No,
now what am I supposed to do?
just go and chill, because alright, so sometimes, you know, how you carry yourself might be the thing that causes us to look at you for the most part. Alright? But the confidence that you exude, that's most likely going to be the thing to pull us to you, you know. Now, if you're comfortable in your skin, and there's a thin line, people, between confidence and denial, but if you are comfortable in your skin, it's highly unlikely you're going to be attractive.
Right.
Yeah. So the first thing as a woman you probably need to do, and as a man too, because we have those problems. We
Okay,
have
but
those
how can
insecurities.
women be comfortable
Alright.
in their own skin when men constantly
No, that's
preach
it.
that women
No,
are
but
supposed to look a
I know
certain
we
way?
preach it now because women tend to be the harshest critics of women.
Yeah. But the
Why,
men
them a
go
follow the
for
man?
the men go for us. You keep
No,
denying
we
the fact
like-
that
we
men
like-
go for it.
No, if you like chicken, why not go say, you know, I'd like to have
So why all on have
and-
to like that? Or I'm not gonna
we
say all.
like chicken.
I'm not going to say all. Majority. Why the majority have to like chicken? Why?
No, but it's like you're asking. You
So
want
you're
the
basically
majority to-
saying
Mm-mm.
everybody else not other meat na nice?
Yeah, but yeah, well,
Pork
that's
na
right.
nice?
No,
Shrimp?
not nice.
Fish?
Raw.
No?
It's bony.
You know, say you not help your case.
Me just say, no,
Guys-
we like what we like. In the same way that you have a type. Wait,
Okay,
hold on, sorry.
preference. This
Hold on,
this
hold
is
on.
always
Hold
the
on, hold on.
backbone. No,
Hold on.
you guys always
let's
go
let's
for
throw it over.
preferences,
Let's
but
throw it
you
over.
make other women feel
No.
inadequate.
So hold up. So me interested in you, Natalia. You know, like your curves. I like you too, and you look nice. Yeah, I like your curves and I like the way you carry yourself and you look sweet, your lips and the way you blush full and your face just look full out and your nice, evenly toned skin. You look good too, you know. Me not patronize she, me no business with her, you me like. So how do we balance that then? How do we like you? Reinforce the fact that we like you without she feeling bad. Cause me no business with her, you know. Me no interested in her any at all. Because if I was, you would have a problem. Cause you would say, listen, he's not interested in me, or why is he sweet talking her, or why
See,
you
it's
want
not
to be the
even-
center of my
No.
attack, of my attention.
That's
So,
not the problem, right? You can have your preference by
But-
all means. You can have your preference, guys. But my thing
What's
is,
up,
you
Antonio?
be
you're the only one
You're-
that looks good.
you're making, or it comes off because I've seen bigger women get bullied by men. Oh, me no want she. Cause they say oh, she big and fat.
No, because she got.
She big and fat.
Listen,
Or she
no.
too dark.
No,
Or
man.
her ear not
No.
look a certain
Alright.
way.
Look, so you have some big women, in the same way that you have some little women, you have some big women that you can only find one word to describe them: gorgeous. All right. But separate from the fact that they look physically arresting, when that woman opens her mouth, you can't help but just gawk and look and say, yo, it's a fluffy bad. And you want to talk to her because there's something about her. Over time, you forget, say, she gonna lift you up. You forget about that you're interested in.
Okay, so you're saying men tend to judge women by, they're judging books by cover?
No. But wait, when you see a man step in the room, yo, look.
No, alright.
Right.
Yeah. But this
no,
is.
You see me and you see, well, mine, not
no,
me bony.
Look on the yard. You go to the example of the bigger woman, you will just look at them and write them off.
No, man, no, sir.
And alright, you might not say that because you're older and more mature, right? Grandpa.
Yeah. Sometimes, I guess as some of us age, the like or the preference, we still have our physical preferences, right? Yeah. But I'm going to need a woman that I can have a good conversation with, all right? And sometimes it's the women that you would call an ugly duckling in school. She the hot girl
the
nowadays. She the dove now.
Duff, designated ugly fat friend.
Oh,
You've
no,
never seen that movie?
No, because
you've never seen that movie.
No,
people actually.
I have a friend with that name.
Duff?
Literally, that's her name. And she's smart, she hot, she can do road. Hear when I say she can do road now. If I want to play a ball game, I can show her and say, yo, D, where you depend? She come. But when it comes to the finer things in life now, she never call out because guess what? We can't carry her go sit down beside her Prince Harry or Meghan or King Charles, and she handles herself very well. Yeah.
And she should.
So exactly. And it's less about how she looks physically. She looks good, but it's less about how she looks physically, because personally I've gotten to that place where physicality alone is not just that's not the only marker.
That's correct. You have gained that experience with time. But I'm talking about these little youngins.
But it's difficult now.
It's very difficult now.
Why? Because you have now a beauty standard that is reinforced by an algorithm and not necessarily individuals. Alright, so individuals might start it, but you look according to the latest trend.
Yeah.
So the zeitgeist is what determines your look. So today, see one I stay so.
That's also the problem. Social media is heavily directing or gauging where certain things go right now. You understand? The man them will say, oh, that woman here, she shape good. The whole BBL pandemic that's going on right now is a real thing, because every hot girl on Instagram, every model, and of the Coca-Cola bottle shape. It's literally running the place.
I'm thinking though that so the BBL is the Brazilian butt lift. All right, cool. And even with that, persons are still using filters, right? So even after you have gotten yourself bodied, that's the term that you use nowadays, that you get bodied. You're still using Photoshop and other things to enhance the way you look.
It's not even your way you look, but probably more like the quality of the pictures.
No, so me see one girl and one person, her face bony, see it? And it's not well chiseled. And when she take her picture, she done pretty up.
Be careful, make up your face. You look constipated.
The person that came across on the phone, I would have walked past the real person, because she just have a slight resemblance. It's like, whoa, she might have a better looking twin.
Chronicle have a song go that, my girl, you a trickster. Anyway, you wouldn't know that.
Science, that a witchcraft.
So you're saying makeup also enhances the witchcraft?
Yes. So look at this. So I was watching a video.
No.
I was watching a video with that man. You see here's my face.
That's not
looks
makeup.
sparse.
I showed you that
No,
video.
no,
You can
it's
say,
still
I
makeup.
showed you that video.
And when I say makeup, I'm not just talking about powder. I'm talking about enhancing, augmenting. Alright, the man glue up his face. You remember that? He glue up his face and put, we call it, put hair.
Yeah, him glue the hair on him face.
And then him cut it, and then glue it down and trim it. And when him finish, I say, yo, what science is, you know? Alright, it doesn't make sense to me because you're going to go through all of that now. When a woman comes across you and she sees that image and she falls in love with that image, and you go and go wash your face, and the whole of that come off. Or when
you would argue the same point about women too.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying, here's the contrast. So you want an authentic man, but you don't want to present yourself as an authentic woman.
How are we not presenting ourselves as authentic? Makeup isn't necessarily to change how you
so
look.
I'm not talking about the little bit of blush where you have on,
you're already beautiful features.
I understand that women, and when I say women, I say it because I don't know of any men that do it or any man that would do it. Where women, you put on a little blush, you put on your little thing here, so you highlight yourself, and you look a little different, and so you feel a little different. So you do something to lift your spirits. Alright. Me, you want to feel better, you go drink something, or you go jog, or you go bathe.
You go to the barber and you put on some good clothes.
Alright.
That can go a long way.
When you realize what I'm going, so if me did ugly, you know, when I go to the barber, still ugly, but I'm ugly with a haircut. And I put on some good clothes, I'm ugly with a haircut in a good clothes. You know.
Yes, so we have the ability to shapeshift. Oh yeah.
I'm happy you said it, and not me.
That's fine.
Alright. No, but that now, in and of
itself. A win is
so,
a win.
So
a win is a win.
Put that online now, you know. Put that online. Put that with Snapchat. Put that with Instagram. Put that with all those persons who have used all those other apps to modify the way they look. That
but males use filters too?
No, that's it. I'm not saying woman. I'm just saying put that thing that you have just done on social media and look at all of these persons, celebrities, non-celebrities, who use all of these other apps to augment themselves. Alright, so they look a particular way. Now, representation is important. We learn that. Me, don't see nobody will look like me. That's considered to be beautiful. Them ugly. So over time now, I begin to develop what you probably call dysmorphia, because how I think I should look, that's not how I look. Alright, and I have an issue with how I look now. And you go dolly up, me start dolly up because I want to look like Ken, you want to look like Barbie. Alright, I start use a, what you call it, eyeshadow and something to draw some abs.
No, that's
I'm still weak, you know. But wait, no matter. So I'm saying that
dysmorphia is definitely a real thing, because once again, social media is very powerful.
Yeah, back in my day, hey, I never dreamt of saying that, but back in my day, it was anorexia and bulimia, where the girls would
eat and throw it up.
Then throw it up.
Right.
But here why some of them stop. It caused the back side of your teeth to decay because of all of that acidic substance that's coming up out there.
It's not even that, you end up malnourished because you're not absorbing the nutrients.
So you find that was the prevailing thing. I'm not sure how prevalent it is now because I have not been consulting with the literature.
I think it's still very prevalent in the modeling world.
Yeah, but I'm saying, why? Because at the end of the day, you know, if we showed a broader spectrum of what is considered to be beautiful, then you'd have more room for representation, and persons would be less likely to feel inadequate.
I think they're trying to do that now on social media with the whole, body positivity trend going on.
Well, that's a hypocrisy.
You have. I try to look at it as a step in the right direction.
Hypocrisy.
I try to look at it as a step in, because at one point you'd go into a makeup store, you could find foundations and concealers in certain shades because them never really cater to the darker, like black skin can go really in like really deep shades.
Oh, so you have like light black, dark black.
Like you have really black. I've seen some gorgeous ebony skin people. Them people, those people don't have, what you call it? I never yet see somebody with like really dark skin with acne. Ever. Their skin
Yeah.
is so beautiful, and he's like, look at me.
Oh, they have a word for that, you know.
You know, and it's
Bad
like,
mind.
well, call a spade a spade. I would not say it's bad mind. I call
What would
it
you call it?
admiration.
No, alright. So
But however, my point was,
oh, you had one. Go on. Your point was.
what you try to say?
No, I'm just saying.
Don't
your point
argue
was.
with me. Don't argue with me.
You
Grandpa,
won. You won.
dinosaur. Eons ago. Yeah. So, back to my point, I wouldn't call it hypocrisy. I'd say they're just trying to correct what, you know, they're seeing how dark it's getting, so they might try to correct it now.
But here's why I say hypocrisy. So let me try and justify the claim. So we have a problem, or we have a tendency to, as human beings, to swing either far left or far right. We don't try and balance. We don't try and balance our thing. So for example, there was a thing, a medical term such as obesity.
Yeah.
And then, hey, because we don't want to hurt your feelings, we're telling that it's okay to be obese. No, it's not. It's still malnourished. That's on one end. On the other end, there is something as being anorexic. We say, no, it's okay to be ultra small. That's all right as well. It's not all right. Medically, it's not all right. And psychologically, that will have its implications as well. All right, there's a thin line, we said, between confidence and denial. And we oftentimes, we don't err on the side of confidence, we err on the side of denial. I'm not saying that if you're struggling with your weight, you shouldn't try and feel good about yourself. I'm saying yes, you should try and always try and feel comfortable in your skin where you are, but always bear in mind that you are aiming to be your best self. Not better than me, but your best self. So if you think you're overweight, exercise. If you think you're underweight, exercise. All right, we don't do that as often as we should, and I think sometimes.
So you're saying they're cuddling instead of trying to actually correct.
Yes, and we're not being honest. We're not being honest with ourselves, and we're not being honest with others. All right, and that's my problem with it, because the pendulum gone too far in one direction now, and then what happen when it swing back? It'll go too far in the other direction. All right, and that's what we need to avoid against. We need to have balance. So body positivity is good, but how do you establish a balance?
Yeah, as you said, obesity is a serious it has serious health implications.
Because both ends, we want people to know that both of them is malnutrition.
Yes, they are.
First time we used to assume that if you're ultra thin, then that's you're malnourished.
Yeah.
And if you're overweight, locally you're healthy. No. And it's not for me to tell you that you being 100 pounds is underweight and you being 200 pounds is overweight. I'm saying that there is a quote-unquote standard for your frame. So if you're 5'5",
yeah, when you go to the doctor, they will tell you.
Yeah, and your bone density. For me have my bones kind of thick, so you can accommodate a little bit more weight, a little bit more muscle, because it might look like about 120 pounds. No, but then when we go up on the scale, I tip it at 160.
Yeah,
160 plus. It doesn't mean that I'm overweight. All right. But for somebody else, it might not mean that. It might very well mean that they're overweight because they have done all of those things. So we have to be careful, and we need to be less finicky and less ticklish and less with thin skin, man.
Knowing I can't necessarily say thin skin, but at the same time, there are ways to say certain things without being insensitive or coming off as harsh.
Could it be then? Because so let me agree with you. Yes, you're correct. But could it also not mean that I should try and not take too many things personal, or try not to take things personal too quickly? Because if I listen to you in an effort to understand what you're saying, then I might recognize that you're not intentionally trying to be mean or bash or to bash me.
A lot of people listen with their emotions first. Me, I'm guilty of that. Very guilty of that. You try reason out what's being said first, but at the same time, you have people who will just be harsh, right? They'll just tell you, you're big and fat, you need to lose some weight.
You
I know I am overweight. You understand?
Yeah.
Know I'm overweight.
So-
I feel, I feel a little insecure about my weight. It's not that I don't want to do anything about it. Sometimes I just don't know how to start. The whole self-discipline thing, it's a process. It's stages you have to go through.
It's a task.
It is.
So
It's not as easy as people make it seem, and it all starts up here.
You know why I laugh?
Understand?
You know why I laugh, and it's not for me to see me. I remember when a girl looked at me, she came to me, nice looking girl, she was sauntering through, and she just stopped like the wind. She looked at me, eyes locked. Is like, yeah, man, she was say something nice to me. I don't like you. Huh?
Ooh. Where did the girl go?
It's alright, cool.
What did you do to that young lady?
Wait, no. Why? Because you're ugly.
Ooh.
So she was asking for it, because by that time, I don't hear me ugly too much time, so you don't really do me. You have to water pound look. So I said to her, hey, you're not looking so bad yourself. 4.5 years life, 5.5 years, almost 6 years before that girl talked to me.
Yeah.
She said me, hi. That's one of those weak highs.
Hi.
So yeah. So I'm saying that when you look at that, people are harsh. We have to understand that. But again, also we need to listen to understand. That's it. I think we probably should try that. It's not an excuse for us to be harsh to somebody else. If we can find better ways to say what needs to be said, we need to find that. But if not, why sometimes it's easier for you to shut up then. But if you shut up, it's a disservice. So yeah. So when I look at it that way now, so the body positivity, if we're not careful, we might be courting hypocrisy. That's one. And the whole social media influences, that's another thing where we need to look at the positives that we can find. We need to regulate social media use. And I'm not saying that government or anybody. I mean you individually, me individually. We should seek to be positive about ourselves, look for things that represent not our views but where we intend to be, and we regulate that kind of usage. So sometimes we need to come off of this.
Yeah,
I
honestly think social media, people actually need social media breaks, because it has us living in a very unrealistic mind frame. Right?
See that?
So it can be, as you said, very toxic.
Yeah.
And if you don't know how to differentiate the real from the media, it can be very detrimental to your, not only your mental health, but your outlook on life. So
yeah, because I'm realizing, so for the record, I'm unfortunately not as active on social media.
You don't have a social media.
I have Twitter.
Presence. You have the bird app. And you're on the right side of Twitter. I won't even say a presence, because you don't need a social media presence. But you don't have TikTok. You don't have Instagram. You don't have
I think your audio just went.
You don't have...
You don't have to repeat everything. Alright, let me make it easier for you.
He's only on Twitter and he only uses Twitter for the news. Plain and simple. End of grandpa.
I'm on WhatsApp.
Grandpa.
I'm on WhatsApp.
WhatsApp is basically texting, bro.
It's a messaging app.
It's
not social media.
Yeah. There you go.
And I'm on the Bird app. So that's it. But unfortunately, we'll have to catch up back with this discussion, because we just want to leave our viewers with a few things.
Grandpa is running out of time. So
the importance of taking breaks, being mindful of yourself. Try and create your own image here and don't let it be. It will be influenced by those around you, but find real people. My God, find somebody where you can actually see and touch and feel, say and a filter, and you take breaks from social media every now and again. You exercise, you eat properly.
If you really feel like you're struggling to accept your physical self, do something about it. You can always do something about it.
That's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but you can. It's always somewhere to start.
Yeah, find people who share that opinion with you, and you form a community out of it. You know, if you go gym, you can stay on do some pull up.
push-ups,
push up
squats,
and you just
whatever
squat
maybe you
and
can
you
go
run
walk.
around the house.
Yeah.
So that's it. So this is not a topic that has been exhausted, I'm sure. What I wanted us to have a discussion about was in addition, in line with whole beauty standards, is the idea of grooming men, grooming women, and so on. But I guess next time, if we get that opportunity, we'll have that discussion. So you can take us out, Natalia.
Well, Kwame said a whole mouthful, guys. So see you guys right here, same time next week on another episode of Spill the Tea. Bye.